Right, I'm gonna see if this stream works, because when I did a members stream just now, it didn't notify anybody, which is sort of typical and annoying. Right, Peach, right, Dan, I literally did a members stream just now and YouTube didn't notify anybody, so, again, YouTube's pissed me off because of the fact that, you know, people pay to have membership and then it just doesn't even, notify you half the time. So yeah, I was just sat for 5 minutes sort of trying to do a stream and nobody came on, so, typical. Right, Stug, and I was just saying to Dan, just tried to do a members stream just now. Didn't notify anybody, so YouTube's pissed me off. The map's the northeast bit, like Land of the Giants, now on top of the Giants, whatever it is. Right, hype. I just tried to do a members stream just now and it didn't notify anybody as usual, so yeah, that's annoyed me. Oh, there was an illusionary wall there. But yeah, I spent about 5 minutes just waiting for people to come on and it didn't send out a notification, so... Hello everybody, by the way, though. Is there any advantage to this bit, unless there's another illusionary wall? Sort of hear something. I suppose just jump out the window or pick up whatever the item is there. Hello everybody, but yeah, so if you saw me doing a post saying there was going to be a members only stream, I tried it, YouTube just didn't share it. I suppose at least that's probably quite a bit of money. I was just at the animal shelter today. And again, that was alright, but it was just one of those things like, you know, I won't go too much into all that now, but it's one of those things where I wanted to get some stuff sorted out there today for them. The stuff didn't work as usual, but like I said, won't bother going into it on this stream. But I can't remember which way I'm meant to be going, because I did do part of this dungeon before. Wait, is that the flame thing, or is it like a not working flame thing? Oh, it's a gold mine guy. Oh shit, it hits on 2 levels, I didn't realise that. Right, quickly made in here. Yeah, it's nice weather, but again it was a day where I should have known that in advance and taken the bottle of water with me. Right, Rajiv? But a lot of people didn't see them, I think, because, again, if they'd have got the notification when I did it, they'd have come on, you know, when I was on. The problem with a member stream is you don't know if people are going to come on or not, though, because I've had that before where people would have come on if they'd have known, but you can't really sit about for 10-20 minutes hoping it might send out a notification, because unlike the regular ones, there's no way of actually checking it's sent out a notification, because it's members only. So again, it's just frustrating. What I'll do is next time I do a members stream, I'll have to do it at a pre-arranged time so people can manually check. That way, even if it doesn't notify people, they should still know if they're going to check at a certain time. Alright, CM. You have a CM. Yeah, Dan, that's the problem, because again, I think even if you're checking periodically, it might not even give you a notification. Like I said, it's a really bad system how their thing works and members stuff. Cool stuff was like deactivated, I imagine. Yeah, I'm alright. I've been at the Blue Cross today volunteering, so I'm already a bit tired, and because it's quite hot weather, it's just making me feel sleepy, because I've been out in the sun all day, so or all morning, and obviously because everybody's now going away for like Easter break type stuff, the roads are really busy coming back. Yeah, everybody here's alright hype, at least regarding like COVID and that in the UK. I think, although our case numbers are quite high, not very many people are dying from it, thankfully, now. And I think that's more just a thing of most people that needed a vaccine have had a vaccine. No hype, I'll have a look later, thanks, but I haven't opened Discord today. Blue Cross is an animal charity, so exactly what you'd expect to do with that. That's cool, Stug, yeah. But yeah, I saw you send a message the other day about a drone, but not to do with sponsoring it, but thanks, I will have a proper look at that a bit later. But, yeah, I haven't been on Discord today just because I've been working, and then as soon as I got in, I decided to do this. Right, I think that's the bit where I have to jump down here, isn't it? Ah, yeah, this is where I died last time fighting this guy. Right. At least I can spam this attack against him quite easily. Right, got him no issue that time for spamming the heavy attack thing. Oh, Great Grave Glove Warp. I have a feeling I actually wanted one of those for quite a while for doing an upgrade, so that's good. Yeah, I finally get a single day off on Sunday, as in like an actual day off. Oh shit, I didn't realise that was a ladder. Oh, never mind. Not like a full day doing nothing, but at least a day when I'm not officially working, which is good. Because the last, like I said, in the last sort of few months, I've not had a single day off technically. Although, like a lot of days, I'm not working many hours at all. I'm still, you know, working. Is that thing not going to chase me through that? Oh, thank you very much, Doug. No, because I don't have an M2F, so I can't make a video on it. An easy way to check if I've made a video is to search my channel for it. If a video's there, I've made one on it. If not, I've not made one on it. Although, with the Serbian ones, I did remove some of the videos on those and was going to refilm, because at one point YouTube got really strike happy regarding anything to do with, well, let me just not die, hang on. To do with Yugoslavia or Serbia, so I basically just removed all the videos after getting one strike on something, you know, like that. And then I was planning at some point on redoing them, so I have to find out if YouTube is still randomly handing out strikes for certain stuff before risking it with my channel. Because again, that's the problem when you have a bot type system do strikes. Some sort of cat gargoyle thing, yes, I think. What do you mean by the wild down south? Do you mean Cornwall? If so, if I'm ever down there and I find anything radioactive, I'll pick it up. But I have actually got Cornish uranium samples. They're just proper, like, collected and documented ones, not one I've picked up myself. I'm not the right person to ask about that, BMH. You'd want to ask somebody who's really into knives. Like, actually people that, you know, use them for whittling and stuff like that, because like I said, I have no clue. And that's just linked back round to here, has it? Right. I've not come across a big lever, have I, yet, to open the door that was there. Let's see you, Stug, if you're off. Thank you again massively for the donation, I appreciate that. But you probably, if you're whittling, want quite a lightweight knife, because heavier ones are just going to be annoying if you're trying to do stuff like whittling with them. Cool, the only thing I have to be careful with hype is I'm very close to an airfield, so I probably can't use it at my actual house. just because I'm within a mile of an airfield, so I wouldn't risk that. But if there's one... did I not go up this one? If there's one where it's... Or was that ladder? I just literally dropped down. I'm confused already. But there'd certainly be stuff where I could use a drone while I'm not around where my actual house is, assuming it's one that I could connect to a phone and use quite easily. That's where I just came from, wasn't it? Alright, Mike. It wasn't Remploy, Dan, it was another company that I can't remember. It's just like some generic fabrics company. But mine's not a Remploy, I did check that. I wonder if this is one of the ones where I actually have to kill this thing to, like the other one, to unlock the door, because some of them are like that, yeah. Let's just run behind here a moment. Down, nearly used to pull my healing vials. Okay, so it's only ones like Heathrow, is it, that have all the rules about them? But yeah, I'll read up all that first just to be safe, because I do know people that have got in shit near me for using like RC planes, but again, that might be using a certain size of thing, you know, into a certain airspace. Do I own a shotgun? No. If I owned a shotgun, there'd be videos on it. But yeah, I don't know if you saw my message, Mike, but I started a members stream and it didn't notify anybody, or if it notified them, it was like a minute too late for anybody to come on. So, that was annoying, YouTube being YouTube. In theory you can, Mike, because you can just keep putting stats into stuff. So if you keep putting points into Vigor, it does get bigger. But bear in mind, it does have, like, cut-off things, whereas in when you get to a certain level it's like more diminishing returns. Don't use it if it's a Mark V, because it's an old mask with an old asbestos filter. If you mean avoiding dry rot of rubber, just keep it somewhere like dry and cool. Maybe put some sort of like silicone grease or lubricant on the rubber to stop it cracking. Yeah, I mean, I really don't understand it with the members stuff, because people are actually paying you and paying YouTube a cut, essentially, to get the notifications for that. And it's like the thing like saying where sometimes I don't get, say, subscription things even though I'm subscribed to you and I've ticked the bell. It's that sort of thing. Sometimes I don't get notified of your stuff, but then I'll get notified by channels I don't even watch for like 20 videos they've uploaded. As I said before, lots of times, Byron, we won't talk about that on these streams, just because of the legality issues surrounding stuff where I don't want to say anything that might be misconstrued, to be saying something that's not the case. So as I think I've said to you before, don't ask questions like that on these. Not that I've got anything that's illegal, because I already had to deal with the police regarding this, but just so it's fucking clear to anybody. Like, you know, don't bring it up when it's not something specifically where it's being talked about, so somebody doesn't just hear a bit of what I'm saying and then, you know, like start ringing the police up again. Oh, that sounds really nice, Hype, thanks. I'll have to have a look at your proper Discord thing later, and also, like I said, I'll have to have a look at the rules and how they work, because I know that other little drone, I didn't have any luck getting that one to work, little tiny quadcopter. I know it wasn't as good as the one by Nat by the sound of it, but it was like one of those annoying things where I don't think the app just wanted to work properly on my phone. Right, is that thing not... I need it to get lured over to the light so I can fight it. These things are annoying though with that sort of ranged frostbite attack. And again, doing that stomp attack. Right, cheers Niels, I think you already said that and then you said bye. I'm glad you like the videos. Now, if you want a gas mask that's actually good for something, I wouldn't rely on an old World War II one, but they're interesting things. Just, yeah, they're more for... World War II masks are much more in that sort of collectible territory rather than, like, practical territory. Damn it, I'm already being smacked about by this guy again, and I'm out of health things, so, get my energy back. Right, there we go. Now, is that going to open anything or not? Oh no, cool, I got a unique item out of it by the look of it, but... Yeah, there's a gate sealed by a lever, and in some of these dungeons, if you kill all, like, the glowing things, you then, open the gate, but maybe not in this one, maybe they're just generic enemies. And again, I'm assuming that the door to open the gate is even in this dungeon somewhere. You can still use something like an M10 against tear gas and like bad smells, well, assuming that you get one where the filters are sealed to a decent degree. Right, Lord Flashheart? Obviously, because there's not one of those golden things here, I can't lure the giant... Oh, is there a switch there, or is that just a lift? That's just a lift where I've already come from. Alright, just really tired from non-stop work at the moment, because like I think I've said to most people at the moment, I've got the annoying thing at the moment where I'm working 7 days a week, even though a lot of those days a week I'm only working, you know, like an hour or two each day. But it still eventually grinds me down a bit. So at least this Sunday coming is the first, you know, like Sunday in maybe 2 or 3 months, which I've actually had off. And I think the other good thing soon is I think soon I get the new set of like work holidays, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think of the right word for them, but you know, where you get next year's sort of amount of holidays off, so I can actually book a load of time off and is that made the floor go golden, or is it always golden? Yeah, it's always golden, isn't it? I don't know if I'm even running the right way. Probably not. It's just the bit I've already been in. Yeah, I'm not going to really stick around this dungeon for too much longer, because I was just here more because I found it. But that's that giant guy that I beat the first time I did this dungeon, but... Oh, I'm dead. Right, I'll go back and get my souls. There's 47k of them. Which one's the M85? Because off the top of my head, I can't remember all the numbers. That one down. fucking iframes. Right. So yeah, Cosmin, which one's the M85? Because off the top of my head I don't remember the M85. But again, there's so many miles of M designations that, you know. Anything down here? No. No, just enemies that are going to attack me. Right, Rich. Saying, yeah, I'd assumed I would be hyped because I'm very close to an airfield. I'll have to look into that later, because if I can't do much of a drone in my immediate area, there's probably not much point in me having one unless I know people that live outside that sort of flight restriction zone. Oh, the Romanian one. Isn't that the M84 rather than the M85? I thought it was the M75 and the M84, or was it the other way round? And that's going to be impossible, unfortunately, hype, because I sort of know the people that own the airfield, as in you won't get a response from them. Unless you're paying the money to fly a plane off and on their airfield, you won't get a reply. And they're also the sort of people that get their staff to come in during the middle of the night if somebody pays them enough money to book a flight in. So, yeah, that's probably, yeah, not a good idea. I'll have to see how far that extends though, because if it extends not too far away, that might be practical, but I don't know like where the cutoff would be for it. I'm not going to manage the boss that's there, it's too hard. Did I do all the stuff up here? I can't remember if I did. There was a boss up here, but I don't know if I've actually beaten it yet. Alright, Joshua. Right, is the dragon boss still here, or did I actually beat it? I can't remember. I think I've probably killed this boss then, if it's not spawning where I am at the moment. I think there was something that I wanted to look at over here. It's probably that Ringleader's Evergo or Everj or whatever it is. I mean, it's an open world, that helps a lot, and it's running on you know, obviously better hardware type stuff. But again, it's like Demon Souls looks really nice, but again, I think the problem with some of the Dark Souls games, like not all of them, but the problem with some of the Dark Souls stuff is just how much of a, like, oh, it's a grim kind of dark looking medieval fantasy type thing, you know, where they've not actually, in a sense, put much into the colour of all the palettes, if that makes sense. That sounds horrible, Rich. I had a thing a couple of weeks ago where I must have laid funny on my neck and I had like a headache for nearly the entire next day. You know, where like my neck was sore, but also I had like a headache that it was bringing on as well. Right, don't know how easy or hard this boss is going to be. need to optimize stamina right now. This guy looks like he's got quite a tanky health bar, which is the only problem. It doesn't seem too difficult, other than the fact that he obviously drains my stamina a lot faster than I can drain his. Oh, okay, and that really hurts. No, never mind, I'm not going to bother with this boss if he can kill me that quickly. Yeah, again, the only good thing regarding Bethesda is that they technically don't own the rights to any of their stuff anymore. Microsoft does, which is why there's probably going to be a New Vegas 2 made by Obsidian, because they've basically, now they've bought Bethesda out, have said that, you know, they're getting tired of Bethesda's shit. So that might actually potentially be quite a good thing in a sense. Because Bethesda's always had that problem where basically they come up with some good ideas and then they just want to make the maximum amount of money from an IP as possible without putting any more effort into it. And that's why there's, you know, like, a lot of their games always run on the same game engine, despite it being really old and completely unfit for service. It would cost them money to change it, so they're not going to. Upgraded. It wasn't executed well at all, was it? Again, there is stuff to like about Fallout 76. It's just kind of was a dumpster fire at launch, and then took them ages and ages to even get it into a workable state. Again, part of the problem is it's running on Gamebryo from, like, the early 2000s, whenever that engine was made. Need to find where I get more smithing stone 8s. Which I guess is just killing right NPCs and hoping I get them as a drop. Have you played the Outer Worlds hype? That's quite good. That was made by Obsidian, the ones that did Fallout New Vegas. Because that was a game that when it came out, I think a lot of people were a bit disappointed with it, and then I just got it when it was on sale much later on and all the DLCs were out and really liked it. I wonder if there's anything at this castle now, because I completed it ages ago, but I know there was a certain NPC there that, like, you know, I saw it and then he went somewhere else after I talked to him, so I don't know if anything's changed here. I'm assuming there's no illusionary walls here either. Now, as I've already said, I like this a lot more than Dark Souls. I still prefer Demon Souls to this, I think, but it's a very different game to Demon Souls. I mean, if I was to say which game for most people they get more value for money out of than time played, this would be the best of all the Souls games, or any of the FromSoft games, I'd say. But I still preferred Demon Souls as in they got a lot of stuff right the first time they did it, and it's much faster to complete Demon Souls and then replay it with a new build. I've got all of Bloodborne on the PlayStation to actually play through at some point. I'm just not bothered with it yet. As in, I started it, you know, around the time I got the PS5, and then sort of, you know, played some actual PS5 games rather than playing old PS4 ones. Let's just see how overpowered this guy is here. Probably very, I imagine, but... Now again, that's impossible to answer how far I'm into the game. That's how much of the map I've opened up. But again, you can complete this, can't you, in literally a couple of hours if you just zoom through the main quest, like any of these sort of games. But obviously I'm not doing that, so... I think one of the problems, Hype, wasn't it, as well, that they used to do stuff as well in, like, the older Elder Scrolls game, where certain clothing and armour only work with certain species, or, like, races, whatever you want to call it. And then, that's when the things Bethesda kind of just cheapened in the more newer ones, where, like, all the armour fits. But I'm sure in Morrowind, like, certain armours could not fit Khajiits or, what was it, the lizard people, Argonians. I'm sure in Morrowind that was a thing. And then, like, in later ones, it was like, oh no, that's too much effort. All the armor works on all the, like, species. Specifically a Soviet one, the PBF or the Shums SHMS. The fact I can kill these guys in a single hit now is quite funny. I wonder how dangerous the big guys are. I'll try not to get attacked by two guys at once. I still die from two of those hits. Yeah, you can thank Hype for that. He's in the chat. Like I said, I'll play with it some more, but obviously I'll need to do it. The cool thing will be when that however it does the UV or whatever it is in the suppressor type thing arrives. But again, there'll be a video on that when it comes and I get the glow in the dark BBs. Yeah, PC, it's because I can't do a stream later on today, so it was either do one now or don't do one, basically. I tried to do a members stream earlier, but they didn't share it, so, you know, YouTube being YouTube. Oh, right, so I can even kill, like, the boss type guy with 3 hits. Right, okay. I mean, I've probably done absolutely everything here. I just wanted to double check that, just because of, like I said, there was like a weird sort of quest line thing I started here, or a place near here that involved this place. Oh, it's up to you, Stoic Jedi. Obviously, if you can afford and can justify spending money on a mask like that, do it. But, like I said, for me at the moment, I really can't justify buying a lot of stuff. Even working, like I was saying, 7 days a week now, the cost of living stuff is just getting silly. Like most people I know now, every time you fill your car up, it's costing over £100 to do it. And that's, you know, like not even big American style cars, it's just, you know, the cost of fuel. So is there anywhere I can jump down here? Because I swear there's a lower level to this place. Not there. Not there. Korea uses 40mm filters because South Korea's a NATO country. Well, they're not technically NATO, South Korea, but they're completely tied into like the NATO system, like Japan or whatever you want to call it, where you know, they've got American bases over there and everything else. I assume you mean South Korea, not glorious Kim's Korea. Let me just have a look over all these balconies, or balconies, ramparts, because there's definitely a place I've spotted on this castle before. Well, it looked like there was an item much lower down, but it was, you know, a drop that would kill you, so there's probably a way down there, but again... So that's just the inner courtyard, isn't it? There's a bit of wall there. Doesn't look like anything but a sheer drop down that way. Alright, enjoy your food. I'll message you on Discord later, by the way, when I'm not streaming this. Are they the ones that you can actually heat with a bag, or like with a chemical heater, or are they ones that are just like put in a microwave or whatever, or eat cold? Right, so this bit over here is where I found that NPC the first time I was here. So just let's just get back up there, isn't it? Right, so that bit's the bit right by the lift near the start. So there is a thing down there, but it's way lower down, so that drop would kill me. Unless that's just the wall to stop you running around that bit, but I thought the cliff stopped you doing that. There might not even be anything down there, it's just one time I thought I saw an item glowing down there, but that could have just been if an enemy died and fell off and like the item in their inventory was glowing down there. Yeah, I mean, MREs completely depend on what you've got. There are some MREs that are really nice and some which are considered to be just like awful. So it just depends on the country and like the menu of the MRE it is, because again, not all MREs are equal by a long shot. So like a door hidden behind those barricade things. That's, yeah, because that bit here is just this bonfire for this bit. So it looks like there might be a lift to get onto that platform somewhere, but there wasn't anything in the tower, was there? It was just a weird, like, modelled bit where it... So obviously I know how to get down this bit, but... Oops. Is there another slime here? There's the ward. Yeah, well, I mean, some rations are famous for giving people constipation, others can give you diarrhea. It really depends on what's in the ration, I guess. I don't know what the second bit of that means, but the Avon S10's good. I don't know what you mean by moat. I've not found the actual, like, talisman or whatever it is that stops fall damage or lowers it. I know you can use the cotton wool or whatever it is, but that still will kill you if you fall a long way. But again, it depends on what you've seen the price of a mask for, because when somebody's seen it for a good price and they're asking is it worth not much, then that's a different sort of question, isn't it? But I assume it's just a decorative tower. Yeah, not one I can get in. Sheer drop down there. That other area might not even be one where there is anything, it's just every time I see it I keep thinking there's something there. There was one I saw of that really early into the pandemic, and I've seen the same sort of videos being uploaded again, so whether or not these are new ones or not, I don't know. But now with that one behind the Rampart Jail or whatever it is, this is the sort of height that it would make sense as. But the other one might just be like a decorative bit of the castle that sticks out. I'm playing the game blind, as I've said over and over again, because that's why I've been quite annoyed in some of these streams where people keep coming on and trying to tell me stuff. Like, the only time I look up guides for these, especially on the first time playing, is if there's like an item I can't figure out how to use that I've got or whatever. Or I need to find out, say for example, which enemy drops a particular type of, like, say, smithing stone, so you're not wasting loads of time killing the wrong things. But I never look up ones that say go to this place to get a certain ring or whatever. But I've never understood the appeal of, like, Dark Souls people, like, the first time they play the game, reading a guide that tells you exactly where all the items are that, like, you know, work for a certain build. Yeah, because they're not meant to be worn with facial hair or, like, you know, long head hair gas masks. See, it's that little bit I'm looking at there, Because that definitely looks like it's specifically been modelled rather than, you know, just having like a load of the cliff there. But it might just be like, you know, they've just made a little bit for decorative sake and it's annoying me for that reason. Like I said, I've done the boss that was here. I don't have any NBC suits I've not done videos on yet. And now we're getting into the summer, this is certainly not the time of the year I want to be wearing NBC suits. I should hopefully, with doing a collab video with somebody else, be doing another gas mask video quite soon, but again, it's a collab one, so it's not completely down to me when it gets made. I don't suppose you can use the horse here. Just making sure I don't run off the edge of that watery bit and drown. I don't think there's anything I haven't looked at here. Yeah, well, I was saying, that's the thing I like, Rich. I mean, I think I think Dark Souls 1 has lots of people think, like, you know, go on about how good the story is, and it's alright, there's nothing special about it. But yeah, a lot of the lore, like you say, is, it's there if you want to look for it, but it's not shoved down your throat. Again, it's like talking to lots of extra NPCs, item descriptions, things like that, rather than, like you said, rather than it just being, go here, do this, talk to this person, you know. So it's like that bit there, isn't it? I'm just going to go to the front and take the horse around the front bit, but it's probably just a bit that you're not even meant to get to. Yeah, because it'd be that bit there, I think. So it might just be, like, meant to be decorative. It's just one of those things that I keep looking at that when I'm at the top and thinking that there's something there. No, I've never had somebody not tell me the size of a mask. I mean, I've seen masks for sale where, like, the person doesn't really know what they're selling, so they don't know how to, like, list the sizes of masks. But I've never seen somebody say, I'm selling a gas mask, and if you ask them the size, they refuse to tell you. As in, like, they don't want the person they're selling the mask to wear it. That's really weird. Why would you be selling it, then? In that case. I sort of get what you mean, but I've never run across a weird seller selling a gas mask that then says, no, you're not allowed to wear it if you buy it. No, that's the loss to the seller though, isn't it? Again, I've had lucky things on eBay before where I've, like, bought something and nobody else has bid on something and the seller actually honours it for, like, lowest bid price, you know, like they're meant to. Again, I do know that there's some sellers that will do the bullshit thing then of like saying, oh, I'd rather take a hit to my, like, you know, seller rating because the price I listed something for, I wasn't willing to actually sell for that price. There's also another weird thing I sometimes see on eBay where people list something for sale, but then they say it's not actually, like, being sold on eBay. Like, you have to go to some other dodgy website and buy it there. It's like, no, fuck off. You shouldn't be allowed to use eBay if you're basically saying, I'm not selling this item through eBay, I'm just using this to make a listing. They've probably done absolutely everything on this little island, but let's have a look on that western coastline bit. Yeah, it sounds like a very strange seller then doing something like that. Oh, was that too high, you were saying, Dan? Yeah, I mean, I can understand somebody doing it from, like, a legal standpoint, saying, like, I'm not responsible if you wear this mask, you know, and you have any health problems because of it, especially if it's like an old World War I and World War II mask. I can totally get that, but just to not even tell somebody the size, because you might be interested in the size of the mask even if you weren't going to wear it, just to know, like, if it was one for, like, you know, because with some masks, they're older, the rarity of them is also based on the size, because, you know, certain sizes are made more than other sizes. I'll pick up all these little rooms here, even if I don't have much use for level 1 golden rooms. And I can probably use the fire thing quite effectively here. Yeah, although I need to be a bit closer to it. There you go. I don't know if Mike's still here. I'm sure if he's on, he'll answer if he is, but he might have gone off to do stuff. Yeah, well, like I said, Stoke, because of all the problems I've run into, people can't really donate stuff to me unless I know them really well. Thank you anyway, but like I said, it's one of those things where I'm just avoiding it full stop, to be honest. But anyway, I'll be going off in a few minutes because, like I said, I'm already tired and I need to sort out some more work shit before tomorrow. Thankfully, I don't have any like actual physical work I need to do today because I've already done the volunteering stuff this morning. But you know, like I said, there's still some emails I technically have to write and send off and stuff like that. I want to get it done while I've still got the energy to do it. I already said earlier on in the Steam buy run, it's an animal charity. Does this arrow here sell... not arrow, does this merchant here sell arrows, and if so, which type does he sell? Oh, just the standard ones. Oh, actually I might as well buy out his stock of stone sword keys, because otherwise I'll get to an area where I need those and don't have any. Yeah, so it's a bit like an animal sheltery type thing. It's a bit more complicated than that, but yeah, that's the same thing. So it's a bit like the RSPCA or any of the others. But it's just, in general, you don't have just one charity that does something in most countries. You tend to have, I'd say competing charities, but a lot of the time they don't actually compete, they do work with each other. But you know, where like, you have multiple charities set up to do a similar sort of thing, and then they expand and become a bit bigger where they sort of overlap. Right, anyway, I'll go off now. Thanks for coming on. Like I said, annoyingly, I did try and do a members stream earlier, and it didn't bloody work. Because YouTube just didn't send it to anybody. But, yeah, I'll be, like, there's a video I'm hopefully doing as a collab video soon, but that'll be up when it's up, because obviously if I'm relying on other people to do bits, it'll be even slower to make. But, yeah, otherwise, hopefully I'll be doing some videos and streams next week, but again, like, the exact times and what they'll be on, I don't know, because I've still got the backlog of stuff I want to get filmed, just haven't got round to doing yet. Yeah, it depends, Byron, because you can, just before I go, just to answer, some masks will make better face seals than others, and like some masks as well seal to different parts of your face, so you know, if you've got a short beard, some masks, because they seal closer to the neck, assuming that you don't have like a neck beard, but you know, a proper beard, they won't cause issues. But again, it just depends really on the mask itself, and you know, there's other factors as well. But because there's masks I've got where even if I'm fully shaved, I can't get these masks to make a seal, just because you know they're very, very size dependent, and you know, and they haven't got very good sort of, you know, like outer seals to the mask, if you like. So unless you're exactly the right shaped face, the exact right size of the mask, they just won't make a good airtight seal. So it just depends on the mask, but generally better quality masks you'll have an easier time sealing to your face, because they're designed to have, you know, more play with the straps and everything else. Right, anyway, see everybody, thanks for coming on, and have a good evening.